Hey YouTube, we're back today. This is Top Deck King. Thank you for joining me. If you're new to the channel, hopefully by the end of the video you'll enjoy the content. And since this is a best of 3 deck, I will have a sideboard guide at the end of the video, so stay tuned and check that out at the end of the video. If you decide to play this deck, you can get a little bit of help on how sideboarding or how I sideboard. But yes, this is an Esper control deck for a best of 3 matchup. We are trying to see what we're doing. Currently, this is one of my first decks to be playing after the reset. The reset just happened this past Monday, so like a week ago. I haven't played anything since then. We're in Platinum right now, so we reset from Mythic to Platinum. We made top 300 last season, so now we got time. We're gonna play this deck, Esper Control. So let's get into it. So like I said, if you hopefully you enjoyed, hopefully I'll get to see that subscribe button, that thumbs up, drop some comments down below. Always check the video description as it has the deck list, both PC and Arena. I mean, a PC and mobile. So check that, drop some comments, and let's get into the thing. So we're gonna go over the deck really quickly. The sideboard guide is gonna include the sideboard and why I play it. So 2 main deck Cling to Dust. This is 2 combat rogues. I feel like there's a lot of rogues in the platinum range, so that's why I have 2 in the main deck here, because I'm gonna probably see a lot of rogues in platinum. As you get higher, you know, into diamond and mythic, you'll start seeing them a little less. But I feel like platinum and gold is where you'll see a lot of rogue decks. 1 Disdainful Stroke. This is to counter the high cost stuff, so I'm just doing a 1 of, since I have Solid Cummings. I guess what I could do is I could just do, oops, we could do this and put all our counter spells there, and then we could put this one here. Okay, we'll scratch that. So 2 Clings, because like I said, rogues. 4 Omens. Obviously we're in a blue deck, we're playing a Yorion. There's no reason not to be playing any Omens since you're playing Yorions. My removal package is 2 Eliminates, 4 Heartless Sacs, and 4 Vanishing Verse. Vanishing Verse is one of those really solid cards right now. It is good against pretty much the meta outside of, what is it, the Sultai deck. Because, I mean, even against the Sultai deck, it can hit Wolf Willow Haven. It can hit Kiora's Best Sea God. It can hit Planeswalkers. It can hit Vorinclex, stuff like that. But against like the white decks, this removes it. Against red decks, against like Naya Adventures, the adventure decks, or any Gruul Adventures, all that. Embercleave, Great Henge, like it removes any monocolored card. If you're in black and white, this is a excellent 2-cast mana removal. Then obviously the Heartless Sacs and Eliminates are there to deal with early drops against aggro decks. And since we have 4 Vanishing Verses, that's why I only have 2 Eliminates and 4 Heartless here, because even if they put counters on their creatures, we have Vanishing Verse to deal with it. So 1 Nightmare, or so 2 Lithoform Blights. This is to encase, since we're a 3-color deck, you could put this on your own lands and you could fix your own lands. Or if you're going to be playing against decks like the snow decks, any kind of snow decks, and they're playing like Faceless Havens, you put this on Faceless Havens and it prevents them from animating it, since it takes all their abilities away. Worst case scenario, we play Yorion, we blink them, start drawing cards. 1 Elspeth Nightmare. This is just to kind of look at their hand and see what we're dealing with. It's helps out against cycling. Obviously we have Cling to Dust, but to exile the whole graveyard right away is not bad. But this is just to kind of peek at their hand in a sense to see what's going on. So here's the counter spell, I guess, cards. 1 Disdainful Stroke, 1 Essence Scatter. So Stroke to deal with the higher cost cards if you play against, you know, Sultai Ultimatum, if you play against Izzet Snow, stuff like that. That's why I'm only running 1, because there's going to be probably a lot of decks that this won't do anything against, you know, the adventure deck, the white deck, the red deck, Rakdos, you know, all those decks, this doesn't do anything. So that's why we have it as 1 of. 1 Essence Scatter. There's enough creatures in the format right now that this could be very viable. So I'm trying it at 1 of right now. If it ends up being very solid, I'm going to move this up to most likely 2, and maybe just cut the Nightmare and just move this up to 2. 3 Negates. There's plenty of spells in the format right now that you need negate. Sultai Ultimatum, Izzet, the Rakdos decks play Bastions, they play Village Rites, all that. The adventure decks, either if it's Naya, they're playing Showdown, or even just the adventure cards, you could counter the adventure card. So there's enough spells for that. 1 Mystical Dispute, if we play against Izzet Snows, Rogues, stuff like that. 3 Solid Cummings, that's our hard counter spell. It's the Foretelled card, so 3 of those. Draw spell wise, we have 4 Behold the Multiverse. This helps us scry and draw. We have 3 Extinctions, 1 Shadow's Verdict as our board wipes here. I don't think I wanted, I was debating on doing 4 none, but I think 1 Shadow's Verdict and 3 Extinction is perfectly fine. We're giving Nico a try. I'm not 100% sold on this, but since I'm an Esper, I figured let's give it a try. But like I said, I'm not 100% sold on it. I might just end up cutting this for like another Essence Scatter also. So let's give it a try and see how it works. Worst case scenario, we cut it. So check out the end of the video in case we end up cutting it. We could even also swap this out for an Ashiok, which is also good because Ashiok's a big win condition. So our win cons here is Ashiok, Shark Typhoon, Professor Onyx, and Dream Trawler. We have 2 Ashioks. This gets rid of anything that passes our guard with counter spells or something like that. So if something lands and it passes our guard, we can remove it with Ashiok. On top of that, he creates 2, or she creates 2 3s. So it's a win condition. We have 3 Shark Typhoons. Good way to, if you hardcast this, so you have every so many instants and sorceries, it starts creating new dudes. So 3 Shark Typhoons, 1 Onyx, 1 Dream Trawler. That's our top curve win conditions. Dream Trawler obviously is not great against like the black type of decks because they most likely have board wipes, but against anything other than a black based, board wipe kind of effect, he's just gonna run the game over and just win the game because you can protect him by discarding a card. 1 Seagate is kind of this is more of a land, it may do something, it may not do something. So I have 1 in there because like if you have Dream Trawler in play and you cast this, you can draw a lot of cards, you lifelink a lot. So nothing special about the lands. That's the lands. Here's the sideboard. But so yep, this is the deck. Let's go take it to the ladder. Like I said, this is the beginning of the season for me. I know it's been a week since the season started, but this is the beginning of the season reset for me from Mythic to Platinum. And let's go take it out to the ladder and see what ends up happening with us. Hopefully we do well. Check out the gameplay, and at the end of the video, I'll have a sideboard guide, so check that out. I'll see you guys late in the gameplay video. All right. We are back. We are playing some best of 3, and we are playing some Esper Control. Let's see what we can do. This is my first run up at the ladder since the reset, so let's go see what happens. Playing against Loras, usually, I'm assuming that means rogues. Having Cling to does help, so we're going to keep for that reason. Also, Shark Typhoon helps out against them, so that's another reason why we're keeping here. Shark, Cling, having access to removal, all reasons why we want to keep. All right, so, wait, hold on. What do I want this on? White or black? I think I'm going to put it on black here. And then I'm going to just go ahead and eliminate this now. Kill it while we can. No reason to let it survive, so you can start milling us. Well, here's another one. All right. Ooh, Shark Typhoon was a Sharky. I can't kill it this time, which is kind of unfortunate. So it's just going to be able to keep doing it. But, yeah. Yippers. So let's see, we have 2 mana. I guess we're gonna play the oh my gosh, and that's a Fable Passage. Well, there's another Cling to Dust, so that's not bad. Not bad at all. I can't Cling, so I'm just gonna be taking the damage here. Yep. But milling another Cling was not bad. Let's go Sac, play Omen. We're gonna grab white, I think, just to be safe, since we have blue and black here. This could grab us another blue if we need it. Let's play Omen and see what we have. Heartless Act's not bad. It gets to kill something. So maybe I keep Heartless Act. Seagate Restoration, maybe I don't need that. So we'll keep Heartless Act though. Saw it coming. Alright, we'll pass turn. We want to play things on their turn rather than our turn, because then it allows them to play counter spells onto us that resolves. Okay. Sure, we'll take 3. We have to kill the crab just because his lands are milling us, but at the same time, I also have to, let's see, so let's grab blue. I'm gonna play Cling to Dust here to reduce my graveyard size. So your graveyard, let's target the eliminate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Start exiling my graveyard. So that takes away 6 cards out of my graveyard. Another Ashiok. Ooh, I missed my land drop. It's unfortunate that I missed my land drop, because if I wouldn't have missed my land drop, I would have been able to play Cling into a Cling. Alright, well, that kind of sucks, but hey. Sure. He's just saving up the Fable Passage, huh? Yep. Yeah, see, so I mean, having the crab out there is bad for us. I need to get rid of it. But at the same time, I also need to start drawing cards. Otherwise, I'm going to lose. I need to draw lands. What am I saying? Cards. All right, let's target the negate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring my graveyard down a little bit more. We have 5 cards. Okay. All right. Put this on black. 2, 3, foretell this. And then we'll pass turn. We don't get to play Cling here. All right, so I'm going to try and kill this. I have a feeling that he's just going to counter this. I have 49 cards. I have access to one more Cling here. Yep. I'm assuming he's just going to counter this. Let's go, opponent. What's he looking at my graveyard for? Drawn in the lock, of course, see? Results. Ooh, that would have been very good to have, but alright. That would have been pretty nice. Alright, so let's play Cling on my graveyard again. Let's target the negate. Okay, Extinction Event is actually pretty decent because they're both odd. Question is, does he have 2 drawn in the locks? So if I play this Sac, if he has 2 drawn in the locks, then that's going to be bad. But if he doesn't, we don't need white. Make sure we tap where we don't need cards. Let's find out if he has the twofer. We got him to use 1. Let's see if he has 2. Mystical Dispute. So, well, we could counter that and then get rid of his board. Okay, and then he concedes. Interesting. Okie dokie. Alright, so Duress, Dispute. Oops, not Agonizing Remorse. Wait, where'd it go? Alright, so Duress, Eliminate, Glimpse of Freedom. Let's see, Test of Talents, maybe Agonizing Remorses. I don't want any of those. I take out Disdainful Stroke here. It's not good against their deck. Agonizing Remorse. This. I'm gonna cut the Agonizing Remorse. Since we have Duresses, I'd rather use Duress against them than Agonizing Remorse at the moment. We got 5 more cuts, huh? Test the talent. Since I have I have disputes there. Actually, I could do 1 Saw It Coming for 1 Test of Talent, because Test of Talent removing, say, all copies of Drown in the Lock is very good. That would be very excellent, if you know what I mean. Nico is not going to do anything in this matchup. I think 1 more cut would be fine, because having 81 should be fine. I think maybe I could cut a Behold, but that helps with draw power. Well, we did add a glimpse. So yeah, I'm going to cut a Behold. I'm not going to take any of my removal out because I still need to kill his creatures. Value Namp. Okay, his name is odd. Very, very odd. All right, so we're on the draw. All right, I'm gonna risk it. We're on the draw. We got 2 lands. We can play Lithoform or Cycle. Okay, there we go. All right, let's play some Esper Control. Esper. We're playing against a Dampen, Adam Ponchard. Adam Ponchard. Ooh, 3 Tri-lands. 2 negates. No, he's revealing no companion. Alright, well, we don't know what we're playing against. We have lands, so I gotta have to keep. There's another Tri-land. I think maybe this deck might be running too many Tri-lands. What is he running? Okay, we'll play this. And that way we can hold up this stuff. What is my opponent playing? Is the question. Is he playing the Izzet Spells deck? No. It's not playing Izzet Spells. Okay. Let's play this then. He's playing Rakdos, I guess? Woe Strider. Go ahead and kill it on the stack. That way he can't sacrifice the token. Oh, he has village rights. Yep. There's his village rights. Guess I should have waited, but I mean, how am I gonna know he's gonna have village rights, right? Alright, Essence Scatter is not bad. So I'm gonna play Fable Passage, so I can hold up both Essence Scatter and Negate. This I could always bring in later in the game because the X cost makes me so. Sure. Don't care for that 1-drop guy. I guess a Plum would suck. Looks like he's highlighting cards. 2, 4. He has 5 cards in his hand. Then looks like he's... Alright. We'll go ahead and negate this then. You just sacked all your creatures for nothing. We can sack this. We don't need this anymore. We don't need that anymore. What do we want though? It doesn't really matter, I guess, because we have all the lands that we need. So we're gonna go ahead and foretell this. Allows us to hold up both Essence Scatter, Negate, and Behold all in the same turn. Allows us to do all the snazzy stuff. If he tries to bring this out, I think I'm gonna Essence Scatter it. Just so I could keep, because it's going to cost 5 mana. So it takes his whole turn to do that. So there's no reason not to Essence Scatter this. Especially since he also generates a token out of it. So we don't want that to happen either. I mean, he's looking at his graveyard. So I'm assuming he's escaping right now. Yep. And we'll just go ahead and Essence Scatter this. Keep him with nothing on board. Okay, we'll keep him with that on board. Sure. That's actually a good draw. I can get rid of this now. Let's play this land tapped. And we'll pass to you. We can get rid of this Woe Strider now. If I choose to get rid of it or not. He still needs to get like 5 cards in the graveyard, so... Oh, we'll just get rid of that then. I think I'm going to draw first. So that way whatever, I could discard whatever with it. Okay. Guess I could discard the Cling here, right? But I mean, I get to play the Cling if I don't discard it. But I feel like every other card I want... I don't think I want to discard that. Alright. So we don't get to play all 3 mana here, so we'll discard that. If I would have kept that in my hand, I would have been able to play with Omen and Cling, but it's fine. Sure. The only bad part about letting them do that is if they have Plum, but they do not have Plum, so we get to counter this again. He has 6 cards in his graveyard. 5. So he has 6 in his graveyard. Let's get this. I think I have to remove the Cruxa here. This gets to come out though. But I don't think I could let him have the Cruxa. So let's do this first. Let's play Omen first and see what we hit. If I hit a counter spell, then that'd be great. If I hit counter spell, it'll be good. Nope. Did I already play my land? I did. Okay. So I think I have to cling the Cruxa here. It's 5, 3, 6. If I remove one, if I remove something other than Cruxa, then technically it's 4. What are the odds? Oh, what are the odds that they hit something that they can... I could take the risk and remove the Woe Strider. I'll take the risk, I guess. Because they can't bring Cruxa out by me removing Woe Strider. They could bring Woe Strider out even if I remove Cruxa. This is a risk. But let's see what happens. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Can't bring Crux out. This requires 5. Oh no! What is that? Non-legendary creature card from your graveyard to your... What is that? A DM's Awakening. Nicely done, opponent. Oh no! There it is. Alright. Whenever you cast or copy an instant resource spell, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Non-legendary. Well, that's legendary. So, okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And let's do it for 4. Submit 0. Now we have 4 shards. 4 shards draws us 4 cards. We can't kill Nico at the moment. Interesting. He went... What? Why wouldn't you swing both at Nico? Okay. Oh, does it have... It has double strike. Ah, that wasn't seen. Okay. That I didn't realize. Okay, double strike. Double strike. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we could foretell this. And let's go ahead and pass turn. We need to draw something to remove some of the Bastion of Remembrance. That probably should not let... I should not let that resolve. But that gives almost Cruxa. But I could exile Crux and gain life. Okay, so we have 2, 4, 5, 6. So we have 8 mana, right? I can Behold here. Or I could play Cling, get rid of the Cruxa, gain some life. I think we're going to Cling, get rid of the Cruxa. Gain some life. Just to be safe, let's just get this off the board. Or off the field, I should say. What am I saying? Off the board. Let's Behold. Cling, Fabled Passage. Don't want either one at the moment. I'm looking for a counter spell or a kill spell to kill this guy. Just play land. I mean, I have enough draw power here that I'm just going to go ahead and play the land, even though it's a tri-land I can cycle, because I have 4 draw power cards here. Sure. Let's see, this is odd, and this is even. So, activate, let's draw a card, scry. Don't need another land. I said I don't need another land. 2, 4. So we have what, 9? We go to 10 mana. So I can cycle this to block this guy. That seems good enough. We have plenty of blue. Let's put this on black, and we'll pass to you. He has a removal spell. I guess we're dead. Bastion of Remembrance. Yeah, that resolves, I guess. Nothing I can do about that. Ooh, we're taking 3 from this. He didn't attack with the Exodus? Wow. 4, 5, 6, 10. 10, huh? If I block, I take 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's pretty much just lethal if the other Serp dies. So we have odd, even, even. And I might have to let it go through. Alright, let's sack. Professor Onyx. The life gain would be pretty huge. 1, 2, 3. So we have what? 10. We go up to 11 mana. 11 mana. All right, we're gonna have to keep you on top. Let's do this again. This is instants and sorceries, right? Yep, doesn't work. We don't need you. Okay, Omen. Let's play the Omen. Start digging. Vanishing Verse. That's good. Omen's good, and Vanishing Verse is good. All right, we'll keep them both. We can play Vanishing Verse, get rid of the Bastion, but let's wait on that for now. Cancel. Let's do this for 2. That way we create a body as well. All right. So play the Professor Onyx. I think we're gonna go ahead and remove the Bastion, gain some life. I can go ahead and use this to make them sack that. Get rid of that off the field, and then we're done. You're up, opponent. We're at 6. Claim to the first board. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. Yeah. Yep. Sure. We could still draw Dream Trawler if we could, you know. Yeah. We're at 3. Let's go ahead and Omen, because now we have a Yorion to blinks. Don't need more lands. Okay, well, there's another. Ooh, there's Dream Trawler. Nice. Nice. Nicely done. And then we'll blink these. Yeah, I'm really gonna blink my shard. Come on, deck. No attacks. I guess if he can sack both of these, we're dead. Don't need those. Okay. I'll take Behold because we could gain a lot of life with Dream Trawler. Extinction Event. I can call Odd. I'll keep that. Don't really. I mean, I can draw cards off it, but that's okay. All right. If we don't die here, we win the game. If we're not dead, we win the game. There we go. Because I could play Vanishing Verse if I wanted to, but that's not what I was going to do. So what I'm going to do on my turn, so I'm going to draw, right? So that's going to be, what, 3, 4, 5. Draw for 6. Play this. Then I get to draw 6 cards plus that. This becomes a 10-10 lifelinker. I go up to 13. So, Seagate. Okay. So, Shadow's Verdict. Let's see. Dread Magistrate. It's okay-ish. I guess to stop. Gets to stop Woe Strider and Cruxa, but I don't know if I really want to be doing that. Agonizing Remorses, we'll bring those in to pick off their cards out of their hand. I think Baneslayer for the lifelink would be very helpful here. I don't think we want Disdainful Stroke. Don't think we want Mystical Dispute. I'm going to keep the Clings in because it exiles cards out of the graveyard, which is helpful. This didn't really do much in this matchup currently, so I'm going to cut that. I'm going to cut a Sharky. Cut a Sharky? Maybe I'll cut one Negate. Oh, no, actually, because Negate could counter Bastion and Test of Talents can't. So never mind. I'm gonna cut a Sharky. Make it 80. Get that Sharky out of here. Adam Ponchard. You are close to making the next rank, my friend. Oh, one lander. No, thank you. Okay, we'll keep this. What do I bottom, though? Fable Passage, because Dream Trawler is obviously amazing. Alright. Fable Passage it is! Extinction Event. Okay, so we're going to play black, play Lithoform, target my own swamp, because it gives me any color. There's no reason he's a 2-color deck, so it doesn't do anything against him. So, Lithoform. And this gives us access to every mana if we want. Shadow's Verdict. Okay, another good card. Another solid one. But next turn, we play this on blue. He has Village Rites. Okay. Next, I was going to say, if he didn't have Village Rites, play this on blue, play Nightmare, but he has Village Rites. I'm assuming that means he has another Village Rites, because otherwise, why do that? But that was instant, so I'm assuming, guess not. We're at 14 already? Yikes. That's fine. We have Extinction Event for that. Okay. So, so this is even. Why did I... Ugh. Oh, because I don't have... No, I do have. I took a damage for no reason. What's going on here? Oh, I see. Okay. Ooh, there's that. Alright, we have the Shadow's Verdict here, so that way he can't play the other side of it. So we have the Shadow's Verdict. We're taking another damage, I guess. Unfortunately, we had to do that. Alright, Dream Trawler it is. Alright, you're up, opponent. I got the Dream Trawler out. Good game, opponent. Alright, I think this is going to be the last game or match for this deck, June Cloud. Then that would, and then we're going to try a different deck out after this. Your opponent is choosing which player will play first. Opponent goes first. Alright, we'll try it. We'll give it a whirl. Izzet? Looks like we're playing against Izzet, because otherwise this would have been... Yep, we're playing Izzet. Maze Mind Home. Alright, let's foretell this, I guess. The good old Izzet. I don't know how the deck runs up against Izzet, so we'll find out. I could put... Oh, nice. I could put Lithoform on that. Alright. So, play the Triland, hold up Counterspell. Next turn, play the Lithoform on that. Seems good enough. Alright. And they get to draw a card here, unfortunately. And we do not have Vanishing Verse up. Maybe I should have put that on white, so I could put hold up Vanishing Verse. In case, but the only card they can cast here would be the 4-cost dragon, I believe, right? And I can't Vanishing Verse that because that's 2 colors. Yeah, see, there's the 4-cost dragon. All right, we'll counter that. Get rid of that. Not today. Not today. All right, put this on white. So it goes 2 ways. I can play this, I guess, on this, but it gives them double blue, which is kind of unfortunate. But I mean, if they cracked for a Snowland, they probably have Goldspan Dragon in their hand. And then we're just going to hold up Vanishing Verse here. Since they don't have anything foretold, they can't counter per se. Yeah, see, there's that guy. So just going to go ahead and remove this guy. Get the Goldspan out of my face. Sure. You got it. But this also prevents StrixHaven from animating. It's the big thing. So put this here. I think we foretell this. I don't think playing Ashiok does anything here, because then he could just slam a Goldspan and I can't do anything about that. So I think foretelling this and playing Cling / Saw It Coming is what we want to do. And I mean, he can have some dead cards in his hand, like obviously Frostbites, you know what I mean? Another Maze Mind Tome. All right, I'm going to try to counter this because I don't want him to be drawing extra cards here. 1 Maze Mind Tome is fine, but the second one is just going to draw him even more cards, so that's not what we're looking at. Let's remove the Maze Mind Tome, draw a card. Another Cling. Interesting. Put this on blue. Play Ashiok. Hopefully he doesn't have a Mystical Dispute here. Guess I have a Clang to draw a card, but let's create a body, get it up to 6. We can Extinction Event the Goldspan Dragon. Sure. I mean, we still got to create. I mean, he'll Frostbite it too, but we still got to create the thing. If he plays Goldspan, we call out Odd here. We got rid of one of the Goldspan, so like, what are the odds they have another one? Is he gonna foretell something? No, he's another Brazen Borrower. Okay. Okie dokie, Dr. Jones. Let's draw a card. Let's remove Fable Passage so we could draw a card. This is another Litho form is not what I'm looking for. Dun, 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 dun. So if I play this, he uses. All right. Negate. If the last card in his, I was gonna say if the last card in his hand is negate, man, that would be epic. All right. We might need a second white, so put that on white. Let's create a dude. Let us Litho form this. So if he wants to tap for blue, he'll start taking damage. And he has enough red, so it doesn't really matter on that part. Yep, there's his Elrond's Epiphany. Elrond Epiphany. So Ashiok takes 2. Yep. So it goes down to 4. Frostbite. I mean, that's fine if you Frostbite. I mean, I would Frostbite Ashiok, but hey. It's up to you. There you go. There you go. He has 2 cards in his hand, but he has 2 Brazens. 2 Brazens. I mean, we're at 20. We're nowhere near dead. Okay, well, What? Oh, he gets to kill. Oh, that was a really good draw for him. He got to draw 2 cards, kill my creatures. Not bad. Not bad. We drew another land. So we call out even. And then I guess we grab the Yorions to hand. And you're up. We could bounce the lithoform, so that gives us draw power. So even though it looks like we have nothing we can bounce, we could technically bounce these 2 enchantments here. Bone Crusher. I think he's just going to try to put pressure on against us. Put this on blue. So if I play this, one of the 2 counter spells, I mean, I have to play it though. I could save this for when he flashes in Brazen Borrower. So he doesn't realize I technically have stuff. So technically I got to draw 2 cards off this. Draw 2. If he flashes in these Brazens, we have Shadow's Verdict to possibly Shark Typhoon is a very good draw. I just have to get around a counter spell possibly, and then we're good. Sure. 1, 2. We have access to 4 mana right now. Interesting. It's like a cycle for 2 block. Let's try that. Take the 2 Brazens off the field. Because I feel like he... Wow, he has another Brazen. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm assuming he has Frostbite now. Yep. All right. So let's try the good old Shadow's Verdict. And if he flashes this in, we have Eliminate against it, so we'll be fine against that. And then we also have Heartless Act. So we'll go ahead and kill this now. Keep his board empty as much as possible. We have another Cling. We double Cling to start drawing cards. We also have that. So I think I'm just going to foretell this, though. Because I don't want to... I want to make it look like it's a counter spell. So that way, depending on what he does... Goldspan Dragon. Alright, let's draw. In response. I might draw a counter spell against it. Speaking of the counter spell, there it is. Ooh, Dream Trawler, though. I think we let that resolve. And then I'm just going to Heartless Act it. Because I want to protect Dream Trawler. So that way I could cast this and protect it. Let's draw a card. Remove this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was like, let's not remove my other Cling to Dust here. Extinction Event. Behold. So we have, what, 11 mana, right? So I could do this and hold up Solid Coming. All right. We'll do that. There it is. There it is. There's the concession. All right. So we want Agonizing Remorse against them. We want Duress, Dispute, the Stroke, the Drenet Magistrates are not bad. Test of Talents. Cards that we don't want is I'm going to cut the Shadow's Verdict. I don't think I want Nico in this matchup. I don't think I want the Clings here. I might be running too many, Test of Talent / Negates effect. Don't think I want the Eliminates because I have Heartless Axe. I think I could cut 2 Vanishing Verses here. Maybe cut 1 Drenet. Actually, Drenet is actually not half bad, but no, I'm going to cut 1 Drenet. It's not half bad, I should say. Let's see, what else? I think I cut 1 Extinction. Maybe one. No, but it stops. Maybe Nightmare, since we brought in Agonizing Remorse and Duress anyways. All right, let's try that. See how that runs up. June Cloud. June Cloud and is Izzet. See what you got. What you got, opponent? Damn, he side decked pretty fast because we're waiting on him. He must have side decked and then AFK'd or something. Okay, I guess I have to keep. We have removal. We have... Okay, Essence Scatter. So we're going to use this to go grab white. Because we need the white. If he has Maze Mind Tome, that would suck. But the white gives me access to Vanishing Verse. We already have blue and black here. So I'm going to go grab the white. Play this on blue. After I grab white, I draw white. Okay. Sure. We have Mystical Dispute and we have Essence Scatter. So if he tries to cast a dragon here, that's fine. We get to counter one or the other. So I'm going to dispute this one so that way I can hold Essence Scatter against Goldspan. Let's put this on black and pass turn. This can counter easily the Goldspan Dragon, whereas the other one, not so much necessarily. Alright, you're up. I wish I would have grabbed Yorion last turn, because then I could have played this and cast Yorion, but it's fine. I didn't want to hold... I wanted to hold up reaction, otherwise it's just not going to do anything. Alright, do they have... Let's cycle this then. Let's put some bodies, some threats out there. Seagate Restoration. Ooh, nice. Put this on blue. Let's go to combat. I mean, yes, it gets Bone Crushed, which is why I was debating on making it into a 3/3. But, I mean, they have to have the Bone Crusher here, so let's play the Omen. We have Negate, Scatter against Goldspan / remove counter spells. We have Vanishing Verse also. Tested Talents. It's not too shabby, since we're probably going to go into a counter spell war. I don't think I want that one, though. We're most likely going to go into a counter spell war, because that's what they're going to do after sideboarding. So I'm going to put this one on blue, because we have this one on white or black. And I need more blue because of, you see my hand, I have 2 counter spells, and or 3 counter spells with another Essence Scatter. There you go. Ooh. Counter this. I can counter this. Brazen Borrower. Go force a counterspell war? Is that really worth it? No, I don't think so. Let him do it. Let him go for it. I'll Vanishing Verse this, though. Just get rid of it. And then we have, like I said, 2 counterspells here. We can grab Yorion to our hand next turn. He has 5 codes. 5 codes! Yeah, let's see if we could draw Dreneth Magistrate, baby. No Dreneth Magistrate. Alright, let's grab Yorion. We don't need this. Okay, let's grab Yori's. Make sure we keep up specific mana, I guess. Just to make them think we have something black in our hand, when in reality, we don't. You're okay. The Tri-Land. This gives me access to a few things, but I'm going to play this on white, so that way we have Dream Trawler mana, and just pass. We're going to cycle this at end step. We can even use this instead, actually. Use the castle to start scrying. Alright, we're going to counter that. Let's go over. Let's go to this counter war spell battle, whatever you want to call it. Counter war. Stop your test of talents. And we get to see what's in your hand, and we have enough mana against Mystical Dispute. There we go. Boom. All right, hey YouTube, we are here back at the Sideboard guide. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the gameplay so far, the intro and all that. But yep, here we go. We changed the deck a little bit from the intro and the gameplay, so I'll get into that after I get into the Sideboard guide. But we're going to do the Sideboard guide against some of the main popular decks currently being played in best of 3. Of course, I won't be able to cover all the decks that are being played in best of 3 because you might find decks in Platinum or Diamond that you may never see in Mythic or something, you know what I mean? So I'm going to give you a general broad sense of the decks that are being played. So the first one we're going to get into straight up is the adventure decks. Most likely it will be Gruul or Naya. And so against those, I bring in 3 Dread Magistrates, 1 Shadow's Verdict, and 1 Baneslayer Angel. The Magistrate, obviously, because they're adventure, so when they can't play both the adventure side and the creature side, they have to choose one or the other. And since both Gruul and Naya has no way of removing an 1/3 creature, unless you block and then they Bone Crusher it. But if you don't block or anything like that, they can't play both sides of the adventure. And then especially against the Naya version, the the Showdown of Skulls, they can't play the cards off Showdown Skulls. So that's why I bring this. He's a 1/3, good blocker against the 1/1 tokens and all that other stuff. So I bring that in. Shadow's Verdict, because they're both decks, they're going to be 3 costs and less, with the exception of Gruul having possibly Goldspan Dragon. But other than that, it should be 3 costs or less creatures. Baneslayer Angel is a way to start kind of get the pressure on against them, start lifelinking on my end. And I mean, having a 5/5 flyer, first strike lifelinker is just going to be good. I want to end the game as soon as possible. They don't really run creatures that fly, like I said, except for the exception of Goldspan. So having something in the air will help us end the game faster. Cards I take out are 2 Cling to Dust, 1 Negate, 1 Mystical Dispute, and 1 Disdainful Stroke. So the Cling to Dust, they're mainly here because of Rogue decks. So Rogue, even against, I guess, what is it? The Cycling deck. Even against the Cycling deck, you could technically do it. But not necessarily great against Cycling because you're going to get to remove 1 card, but mainly against Rogues. So it doesn't really do anything here. I mean, I guess I could gain 3 life or something, but and then all other cards I cut are Negate, Mystical Dispute, and Disdainful Stroke. Negate because they're primarily a creature deck, so having access to 3 is not great. I leave 2 in because it could still counter the adventure side of the card. So if they tried to do, like Love Struck, make a 1/1 token, you could go ahead and counter it, and it also pretty much throws into their graveyard so they can't cast a 5/5. So I leave it in there because it can still counter the adventure cards, 2 of them. But I cut 1 because I don't want to draw too many. Mystical Dispute is going to be a 3 mana counter spell because they don't have any blue. And this Disdainful Stroke, well, outside of Goldspan Dragon, maybe Embercleave and Showdown of Skulls, it's not going to counter anything. So I cut Disdainful Stroke because their deck is 3 costs or less for the most part. So that's what I do against the adventure package. The next deck you will see is it Snow decks, is it Dragons, whatever you want to call them. So against them, I bring in 2 Duress, 1 Disdainful Stroke, 2 Test of Talents, 2 Agonizing Remorse, and 1 Mystical Dispute. So Duress and Agonizing Remorse are meant to look at their hand, see if they have counter spells, see if they have any Goldspan Dragons. You could take those out of their hands, stuff like that. But it's card information. You want to look at their hand, and since it's only 1 mana and 2 mana, it's very cheap. It'll go underneath their counter spells before they're able to set up for a counter spell. So I bring those in because of that reason. Disdainful Stroke, Tested Talents, and Mystical Dispute. They have a lot of blue spells. They have counter spells. I mean, they got dragons. So you want to counter their dragons with Disdainful Stroke and Mystical Dispute. And then Tested Talents is there to counter either their counter spells or mainly Alrund's Epiphany. If you can get rid of Alrund's Epiphany, you're going to be solid. So that's what Tested Talents is coming in against. And Dispute and Stroke are there kind of to counter the dragons or something. Dispute, obviously, is a 1-mana counterspell against their blue cards, but Stroke is there to try to pretty much counter their Alruns or Dragon. Cards I take out against the Izzet Snow deck is Too Clean to Dust. Once again, it doesn't really do anything here. I mean, I could remove their spell, obviously, to draw a card, 1 mana draw a card, but I'd rather do other stuff like removing cards out of their hand rather than draw a card here. One Shadow's Verdict, because yeah, they run gold. What is it? Love Struck Beast, not Love Struck Beast. Bone Crusher and Brazen, but Brazen gets flashed in, so if they're playing at instant speed, so I'm only playing pretty much Shadow's Verdict against a Bone Crusher. It's not worth it, so I cut that. I cut 2 Eliminates because we still have 4 Heartless Acts and 4 Vanishing Verse. I do not need 10 instant speed removal against them. I'd rather keep Heartless Act at 4 because it could kill the land, it could kill Goldspan Dragon, it could kill Prismari, Bone Crusher, Brazen, it could kill all of it. Whereas Eliminate can't touch the Prismari Dragon or Goldspan Dragon. So I cut the Eliminates. I cut 2 Extinction Events just because they don't run too many creatures. I mean, they run what, 4 Goldspan Dragons, 2 Prismari Dragons, or 1, whatever, and then some some Brazens and Bone Crushers. But like I said, Brazens being coming in flash, so you're gonna have to take the damage, then the following turn play removal, and then they're just going to have an open field against you. So I cut 2 of those. And then I cut Elspeth's Nightmare because, like I said, we're bringing in 1 mana, 2 mana hand destruction. Exiling the graveyard doesn't matter. The first effect of killing a creature won't work here because all their creatures are 3 power or higher. So the first effect doesn't work here. The third effect of exile in their graveyard doesn't matter. So you're pretty much using it for the second effect to look at their hand. I'd rather do Duress and Agonizing Remorse since they're 1/2 mana. So that's why I cut Elspeth's Nightmare. So that's what I do against the Izzet Snow deck. Now this next sideboard is going to be against 3 of them. So it's red. It's mono red, mono white, and then Winota decks. So I bring in this exact same card package against them, so I don't change anything there. I bring in 3 Dread, and you shouldn't really face too many of these, if any at all, in best of 3. You'll see more of this in best of 1, a lot more in best of 1 than in best of 3. But that's why I don't have too much in my sideboard against it, because I'm just not going to be expecting to see it very much. So but I made a sideboard here just in case you see it. So what I bring in is 3 Dreadnought Magistrate, 1 Baneslayer Angel, and 1 Shadow's Verdict. So the Magistrate is not there for the effect of it, but it's there for as a 2-drop 1/3. So against the red decks, since they run, what is it, like 8 to 12 1-drop 1/1s, you cast this, it fizzles all their 1-drops pretty much out. They have to not only, so I could block their 1/1, but then they also have to use something like a Bone Crusher to kill it. So they lose their creature, and you absorb another 2 damage from Bone Crusher hitting it. Because most likely they're gonna take their Frostbite out game 2 and 3. So that's why Giant Magistrate comes in. It works the same way against white. They run Elcid, they run Selfless Savior, so it's there as a roadblock against their 1-drop 2-drops. Baneslayer Angel, obviously the lifelink is very good against red, same against white and Winota. Having it be a flyer first striker is very good against those decks as well, because they can't really attack. Since I have first strike, I could just eat their creature and lifelink. Shadow's Verdict, they're all pretty much, with the exception of Winota being a 4-drop. You can Shadow's Verdict pretty much their whole board. It goes around Selfless Savior, goes around Elcid, and the white and Winota decks. And then the red decks, the only card Shadow's Verdict doesn't hit would be Torbrand. But then it hits Annex and it exiles it, so it doesn't make tokens. So it's a great card. Cards I take out are a bit of these useless counter spells. So I take out 1 Disdainful Stroke because, like I said, in red you can only counter with Torbrand and Embercleave. White, I don't think they have. It depends on if they're playing the lowest version or not. But either way, I don't think you counter anything against white. And then Winota, you can only counter the Winota. 3 negates. They're a creature deck. We don't want cards that counter instants and sorcery or non-creature spells. We do not need that against a creature based deck. And then one Cling to Dust, because we don't, I mean, yes, gaining life is very helpful, but at the same time I rather have access to like removal slash creatures to prevent the damage. So I'm gonna take out one Cling to Dust. Okay, so this is the main deck. You'll probably see this in the Izzet Snow deck, which is why there's so much in the sideboard against them. This is this and Izzet Snow are the pretty sure going to be the most decks you'll see in best of 3. Once you get into the higher tier, I'm not sure how it is in Platinum, but I know last season Mythic, the top 500 or whatever, it was a lot of Sultai Ultimatum and Izzet Snow. So like I said, I have a lot against the sideboard against those two decks. So against Sultai Ultimatum, I bring in 2 Duress, 3 Dread Magistrate, 1 Disdainful Stroke, 2 Tests of Talents, 2 Agonizing Remorse, and 1 Mystical Dispute. So Duress and Agonizing Remorse, because we want to pick off their hand, either take out their ramp, their counterspell, or obviously their Sultai Ultimatum. Dread Magistrate is there. So after game 2, I'm assuming they take out all the removal, and if they take out all the removal, Dread Magistrate kind of just sits there. Outside of Binding of the Gods, I guess it just sits there and it prevents them from playing Emergent Ultimatum, because it says they cannot cast cards outside of their hand, and so they can cast Emergent Ultimatum, but the cards they choose with Emergent Ultimatum, Dread Magistrate prevents that from happening. Disdainful Stroke, Test of Talents, and Mystical Disputes. We want counter spells against their payoff cards, Emergent Ultimatum, maybe some ramp or draw spells or something like that. So the counter spells are great against that deck, especially since Sultai Ultimatum is a counter spell. It's a controlled deck. Cards we take out are 2 Eliminates, 1 Shadow's Verdict, 3 Extinction Events, 4 Vanishing Verse, and 1 Essence Scatter. So Eliminate, they don't run any creatures. We don't need this. I mean, even the small creatures that they do run, Eliminate doesn't hit, like Yorion, Elder, or something like that. That doesn't hit. It's the same goes here with Shadow's Verdict. It doesn't hit anything. We don't need that. I cut the 3 Extinction Events because they're only running probably after sideboard. Maybe they have like 4 or 5 creatures tops. So having something that can remove creatures is not very good. Vanishing Verse, I ended up cutting this. Like I said, it's the same thing with Eliminate. Vanishing Verse does have a few targets, but they've already gained their effect. Like if I remove an Omen, it doesn't do anything because they already drew the card and scarred all that. I mean, I can't touch Binding of the Gods. I can't hit some of their planeswalkers that they run, say like what is it, Valky Tibble, Kior's Best Sea God. He already created an 8/8, so I cut this because it doesn't do anything, and I cut 1 Essence Scatter here because, like I said, once again, they're not running too many creatures. I do leave in 4 Heartless Acts here because, like I said, I want to kill the creatures that they bring, a few of those creatures that they bring in. Elder Gargaroth, kill Coma before the token's generated, kill Yorion. So I don't want to take out all my removal. I want to be able to keep in a few just in case something passes my counter spells. I can be able to kill it. So that's against Sultai Ultimatum. And the last deck we're going to have a sideboard guide to is Rogues. I think in Platinum you'll probably see it a lot more than you will see it in Diamond and Mythic, which is why I am main decking 2 Cling to Dust in the deck. So cards I bring in are 2 Duress, 1 Dispute, 1 Glimpse, 2 Test of Talents. So Duress, I want to look at their hand for 1 mana, see what we're working with. Either get rid of Into the Story, get rid of Drawn on the Lock. Dispute obviously is a 1 mana counter spell. You got to bring that in. Glimpse of Freedom is another escape card, just along with Cling to Dust. So you want to get your graveyard as low as possible. So Into the Story and Drawn on the Lock become pretty much useless in a sense. Tested Talents, counterspell, we're mainly aiming for Drawn on the Lock and Into the Story, because if we counter one of those, it removes all copies. Cards that take out are 2 Lithoform Blights. I don't necessarily need all that draw power against them. I have 4 Omens, the Beholds and stuff like that. Shark Typhoon's gonna neck and cycle. Disdainful Stroke only hits Into the Story, so I cut that. Shadow's Verdict, I don't
It's 5 mana versus 4 mana on Extinction Event. I'd rather play playing Extinction Event having a 4 access to 4 mana, especially since all their creatures are primarily odd. You got what, Crab, you have Merfolk, Wind Robber, you have the, what is it, the Flash 1-drop, the black creature. The only even they run is going to be, I think it's Soaring Thought Thief, the 1/3 flashes when he attacks, whatever. So Extinction Event would be better because it's 1 mana cheaper. And then I cut one Behold the Multiverse. I still have 3 in, but that's what I do against rogues. And then as far as what I changed from the deck from earlier, that Nico was cute. It was kind of fun, yeah. But I think a third Ashiok is just better, just because we want a more solid win condition. So, but yeah, that's the deck. That's the sideboard guide. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that, my gameplay, my sideboard guide. Don't forget to check the description of the video. It has the deck list in there, both PC and mobile. Drop some comments down below. Destroy that thumbs up button, destroy that subscribe button. Hopefully if you guys are new, you guys enjoy the content and I get that subscribe from you. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video.